B lymphocyte. How on earth can you make billions of different types of antibodies to recognize billions of different types of antigens? Are you using that many genes? That's an enormous waste of resources.
The billions of possible combinations for antibodies allow our adaptive immune system to work and allows us to reach advanced ages. Otherwise, microbes would overwhelm our immune defenses far prior to this. What happens is, although there are only a couple of genes dedicated to forming antibodies, these genes come in sections. And during development, each B cell line shuffles these sections to create unique patterns which will recognize unique microbial antigens. And so therefore one B cell line will attach certain segments and form antibodies with a specific shape which recognize, say, the molecules on the surface of one microbe, while a different B cell line uses a different combination for a different antibody shape that then recognizes a different microbe. And so by shuffling the parts of antibodies, we create billions of potential forms of these antibodies and great ability for our immune system to respond against specific antigens.
What about you, T lymphocyte? How do you recognize so many different types of antigens?
Well, I got receptors too. They aren't quite as diverse as the antibodies that the B cells have, but T cell receptors also recombined to form millions of different combinations. Instead of recognizing proteins like the antibodies do, we're very good at recognizing smaller sections known as peptides. And we're also very good at recognizing when an abnormal peptide is attached to a cell ID badge or an MHC protein. So we are very good at responding to these two things together, an MHC protein with an abnormal microbial peptide. This helps us identify cells invaded by virus and also cancer cells, which are abnormal by nature.
I see in that monitor that some of the B cells and T cells are being taken away, sequestered, inactivated, maybe even killed. Why is that? Don't we need all of the troops on the ground that we can possibly get?
One of the jobs that certain T cells have, known as T suppressor cells or Treg cells. These cells have to suppress the immune cells which are going to react against self. We don't want to have any autoimmune diseases where the body's own immune defenses are attacking normal body cells. And so if there's ever a lymphocyte which recognizes self as foreign and is ready to attack the cells of a body, we have to suppress them and try to inactivate them so that they never see any action. That's one of the jobs of the T suppressor cells, to inactivate any lymphocytes reacting against self and thus prevent autoimmune diseases.
Okay, so we've got the T lymphocytes and the B lymphocytes. Wait, who the heck are you?
Yes, well, I'm a very interesting cell. I am a natural killer cell or an NK cell. I have a lot in common with the T lymphocytes, the cytotoxic cells which can kill cancer cells and virally infected cells. Both of us interact with MHC proteins. Both of us use perforins to kill cancer cells and virally infected cells. Neither of us perform phagocytosis. So I am their cousin, if you will. However, I do not mature in the thymus. I recognize MHC proteins using different receptors than the T lymphocytes. And I kind of count how many MHC proteins are produced. That's one of the ways that I recognize cancer cells, which often produce less. So while I'm a lot like a T lymphocyte, I primarily function in the innate immune responses rather than the adaptive immune responses.
Well, troops, this microbe has broken through our first and second lines of defense. You lymphocytes are the only thing that stands between our body and certain death.